All right, so let's jump into this video and talk about using our Virtual Dyno software in conjunction with our FlashPro Manager software. So the Virtual Dyno software is going to allow us to plot the horsepower torque that our engine is making. We don't need a chassis dyno in order to do this. Now we're going to be capturing data logs in our FlashPro Manager when we're doing our wide open throttle tuning. So we want to review those to see what kind of fuel and spark timing changes or variable cam timing changes that we need to make during the tuning process. We can actually take the same exact data logs, we can export them out and import them into the Virtual Dyno software to get those horsepower and torque readings associated with that data log. So if you're using it to review things such as your spark timing changes or your variable cam control changes, or if you're making boost changes, you're able to graphically plot the horsepower and torque that the engine is making just as you would on a chassis dyno. So I'm going to be showing you how to do the export process for the data logs, taking a look at using it for different various things such as our spark timing review or variable cam review, or even finding our VTEC engagement point. I'm also going to show you some things to avoid so you get accurate data plotted in the Virtual Dyno so you can use this for your tuning process. So without further wait, let's jump into the video so we can check this out. Okay, so let's get started here. We're going to be taking a look at working with our Virtual Dyno software in conjunction with our FlashPro Manager software so we can measure the horsepower and torque that our engine is making during our tuning process. This is going to be an invaluable tuning tool. If you don't have a chassis dyno available to you, you're going to be able to see the cause and effect as you're making your changes in your tuning. So let's just say you're going and adding 2 degrees more spark timing. You want to know if that's going to be gaining power or not. Now in the FlashPro Manager, we've learned in the data logs how to take a look at the knock count, and knowing that if we went too far with the ignition timing, it could produce knock, and that's something we want to avoid. However, when we don't see knock and we're adding our spark timing in, we want to know if we're getting up to maximum brake torque or we're going to be gaining a bunch of power as we're adding that timing in. So we've seen the cause and effect during the live tuning sessions with the FlashPro, as I've been showing you in several of the training videos already. So you should understand the importance and the concept of seeing the cause and effect of making the changes. And again, without a chassis dyno, there's really no way to do that other than using this Virtual Dyno. So this is going to be the next best option you have available, and it's going to be free, and it's going to work pretty well. So it can definitely give you a guidance in making your changes instead of racking up a bunch of dyno time, which is definitely going to be costly very quick. Some of the other things that we can utilize the Virtual Dyno software for is measuring our variable cam change. So if we go from one cam angle to the next, let's say we're going from 30-degree variable cam to 40-degree variable cam angle or target in our K-Series application with FlashPro, we're going to be able to see the cause and effect if we're gaining power. So it can use it to help us build out our variable cam target blend tables. We also can see and measure the differences as we're making changes. So it's going to be something, again, very, very invaluable. Now we also can utilize this to figure out where our VTEC engagement point is going to be at. So we can plot our low cam and our high cam torque curves, and we can figure out where they're going to cross. And then we can use that information to designate what the actual VTEC engagement point is going to be. So just as you would use a normal dyno, we can do the same process with the Virtual Dyno. Now it does take a little bit longer. You're not going to have